Good evening, folks. I'm back. I wear my hat in mourning, okay? Just as I was about to pack it in, it came across my desk that Caitlin Clark has packed it in for the season. So I can't tell you how disappointing it is. We rode this out as far as we could ride it out, and I'm sure that nobody on the planet is as disappointed as Caitlin Clark, okay? But at the end of the day, what really matters is that she has a long career in front of her and that we don't, take any unnecessary risk for short-term gain. That's the important thing here. So, look, do I know there are going to be a bunch of comments tomorrow about everybody knowing that this was the way it was from day one and that they had a gag order on it? Because I've already seen a couple of those comments, and that's why she wasn't saying anything. Because you know what? There are enough conspiracy theories on the planet now so that I don't need to look at this stuff in the sports world, okay? I know for one thing for certain, okay? I know one thing for absolute certain, that Caitlin Clark was going to take whatever time she had and work as hard as she could to get herself back in the court before the end of this season, and she simply ran out of time. Sophie Cunningham, did an interview and said she was spending 8 and 9 hours in rehab every day trying to get herself healthy enough to come back. We certainly know that she has been rehabbing with Tyrese Halliburton in the same facility. They have talked together, and they have talked about how difficult all of this is. And we certainly know that Lexi Hull did an interview talking about, how hard this has been on Caitlin Clark all year long to go through this. Someone who was never injured in college and who has, faced these kinds of injuries all season long, and how she came in when she could be despondent over it, and instead she came in upbeat and kept her teammates upbeat. And Lexi Hull indicated that her teammates have been appreciative of that. So, you know what? In my opinion, and this is just my opinion, and this is the way I'm going to handle this for myself, out of respect for Caitlin Clark, okay, I am not going to indulge in any of the nonsense that is going to be out there all over social media and YouTube. Because Caitlin Clark has more character than that. And everybody has to know that she was going to be giving it everything she had to be able to come back, not just for herself, but for her fans, because she certainly indicated that she felt a responsibility to go out and play. And she did come back too soon several times this year. So now it's her time to take care of herself so that she can please her fans and give them a long career worth of highlights, okay? That's where we are, and that's the way I'm going to look at this. The good news is that I have several games that she has been in that I DVR'd, and I'm going to watch some of those this weekend. So this is where we are, gang. It comes to the bitter end now. And now Caitlin Clark has, whatever time is left and all of the offseason to get herself in shape for the next season of the WNBA. We've got a lot of things we're going to cover. There will be no shortage of commentary, I'm sure. And we still have to get through the playoffs. And out of deference to Caitlin Clark, I will be following the Fever for as far as they go in the playoffs. Because you know what? She's going to be there for her teammates, and I'm going to watch the Fever. We'll see what happens with movement with the Indiana Fever in the offseason. This is a team that is not going to sit with the players that they have right now. We know that, okay? There are questions about whether Sydney Colson will even come back. There are questions about, what do we do about getting a power forward? Is that what we're going to do? There are going to be certainly player shakeups, and there may be coaching shakeups. We don't know that Stephanie White's going to be back. All of the people that came in the offseason were on one-year contracts. Nobody had a long-standing contract. I would love to see Sophie Cunningham back for a longer period of time. I think she's a great fit for the Fever, and I think she brings a lot to the team, not just on the court, but also off the court. And so we'll be watching all of that stuff. And we'll be seeing what Caitlin Clark chooses to do in the offseason. The other thing I'm, kind of being encouraged to do is take a look at Iowa women's college basketball. And I'm going to start taking a look at that in the next couple of weeks to see if we can cover some of that, although I'm not going to make that the primary focus. But there will be no shortage of topics in the offseason. We'll keep things going. And I'm disappointed just like you guys are, but we'll be back tomorrow night after the Chicago game, and we'll see what we can do then. In the meantime, you guys have a great night. I will talk to you all tomorrow.